Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a workout stringer. I was looking at buying a couple of them like a couple weeks ago and realized that they're about anywhere from 15 to 20 bucks a piece. So I decided to try to make one and it ended up working out pretty well. So I will show you detailed step-by-step instructions as to how to do it, and then I'll show you the end result and everything. Alright, so here's the shirt that I chose. Typically you'll want to do it a little bit bigger, just so that it fits nicely when it's as the stringer. I already drew my little markings on, but I'll go through and show you guys exactly what to do with it. So right up top, you're going to go about a half an inch from the neckline and just draw a little dot on both sides. And then about an inch away from that, you're going to want to draw another dot, and that's going to be where the strap goes, obviously. And then usually it's up to you how far you want to do this down. I usually just pick, like, I think it's easiest to do right along the edge of the emblem, typically, unless the emblem's farther up. And then you'll just want to draw a little dot right there and a little dot right here. And then what you're going to want to do is flip it over and just connect the dot all the way over the seam. So it's going to be about right there, and this one is going to be about right there. So then you'll have both of it like right there, and you can do the same with the other side, but I'm just going to skip forward until I have all those dots on the back. Alright, so now I have put them on the back as well, so up on the top and on the side. Just drew it right around like that. So now the next step is going to be connecting the neckline. So you are just going to draw a line from the first dot over to this dot right here, and that is going to be where you're going to cut to make it the string, like the neckline will be a little bit lower and everything. And then all you're going to do is connect this dot down to the side with this one. Typically I like to do just a straight line down. Oh, another thing with the neckline, you're going to want to come down a little bit straight and then round out. Oh, I forgot. Also, I make a little X about 2 or 3 inches below the neckline. Depending on how low you make it, that's how low your neckline is going to be, obviously. And you'll want to just bring this guy down straight a little bit and then round it off. And come down straight on this side the same length and round that off as well. So then with what I do with this one, I bring it down straight to about the point where I started to curve on this side, and then I do a slight curve all the way down and connect with this dot. So I am going to skip forward and show you guys what that is going to look like. Alright, so this is how it is going to look. As you can see, actually I need to change that one up a little bit, but I ended up going past the dots a little bit just because I realized that the curve would have been too significant as I was drawing the line, so I just took it down. And that's the joy of drawing your own, is you can customize where you want the cutout to end. But yeah, that part looks bent. But yeah, so the neckline is going to be right here, and it is going to be just right along there. That's the line you're going to cut. And so that's going to be your whole neck, and then you have your straps. You can make these bigger. I noticed that a couple of mine the straps ended up being really small. Probably a little bit too small. This one might end up being smaller than I wanted just because it'll curl up a little bit. And depending on where your logo's at, like mine, I'm going to end up cutting off part of the word of and the. But it's not a big deal or anything. Alright, so then now I will show you what you do on the backside. Alright, so now on the backside you have your markings that you made earlier. And what you're going to do is the top marking, you're just going to draw a line right along the edge of your neckline. Leave about a half an inch, just like you did on the front. And that part is going to come straight around. And then these are going to be the trickier part. Depending on how wide you want the back, you can change this up. I usually make mine come in and then wrap back around and come out and meet up with the point right here. On both sides, just so that it ends up looking like the stringer back, so you can really see your back muscles when you're working out and stuff. But I will show you guys what that looks like once I draw the lines in. Alright, and this right here is exactly why I didn't go to art school. As you can see, I messed up right here a little bit, and they are definitely not even, but I'm just going to make it work when I'm using the scissors. So I ended up drawing this part in because this part curved in a little bit more, so I'm going to go along that line instead. But yeah, this is how the neckline is going to look. It's just going to be a line right across there. And then like I said, you can curve it in as much as you want to make that smaller or wider. And then it's going to connect right down here. Again, you can bring this down farther. Mine kind of curves a lot now that I'm looking at it, but you can also tear it once it's actually made. You can just pull on the sides and it should tear a little bit depending on like what kind of shirt you're using. But yeah, so this is where I'm at right now. And then basically all you're going to do is just cut right along the lines. And remember, it's going to be better because if you end up drawing on this side, obviously this side's coming off, so always start a little bit wider. I made the mistake on this one. Now I have to follow that line, otherwise I'll have black all over my back. But yeah, so I will show you guys the finished product once I cut it. Alright, so here is the final result. Yeah, it turned out not bad. I'll have to try it on, make sure it's perfect, but yeah, so you see the strap's really thin. I accidentally snipped right there. And see, this is what I was talking about. You can still trim this little part off, but most of the time it's going to fold under anyways, especially if you wash it. So I typically don't worry about it. And then, yeah, here's the back right here. Alright, and I will show you what it looks like on. Alright, so here is the back of it. Yeah, it ended up turning out pretty well. I just, of course, didn't cut it straight like you guys saw, but yeah, I love the way that these look. I love the way they feel. I'll show you. So, yeah, this is how it looks on the front. Like I said, you can change the, like, how thick you want the straps. I like mine being a little bit thinner. But yeah, it ends up fitting really good. And like I said, if you want to pull these down, they should shred just by pulling on them pretty hard. But yeah, not too bad. Alright, and if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave it a thumbs up and subscribe as always. This is AC Physique, and I'll talk to you guys later.